Hi, I'm Michael Ullman, owner of Ullman Precision Products, and I get asked the question a lot about what's the difference between the Titan machine that's powered with the Fordham, powered with the pneumatic system, or the small electric micromotor. So I want to do a quick video and tell you the advantages and disadvantages of the three of them. So I've got here three systems. They don't all have a checkering machine on them, but we've got an electric one with just a little rotary head on it, the Fordham, and then a pneumatic powered one also, which has my checkering head on it, which is what I personally use. So what are the advantages of a Fordham? The primary advantage of a Fordham is cost. It's less expensive. It's $900 currently, and so it's about $600 less than the pneumatic machine. So its big advantage is the cost. Can you do good checkering with it? Absolutely. There are lots of people that are doing world-class checkering using a Fordham powered either a Titan or the old MMCs that used to be around. So that's its biggest advantage. It uses the same head. So a head that fits on a Fordham will also, you could screw it onto a pneumatic, you could screw it onto an electric motor. So that Titan part is all the same, it's just how it's powered. And so what are the disadvantages of a Fordham? The biggest disadvantage is control. You're going to have to deal with a lot of gyroscopic force that you're dealing with the Fordham that you're trying to fight. And you've got this long cable on here, and it kind of doesn't want to sit and stay right where it is. So you're kind of fighting that, plus the cable is spinning the whole time. So like I said, you're fighting that gyroscopic force. And so fatigue can be a little bit of a factor if you're checkering all day. And it vibrates a little bit more than the other two. Just as a quick example, as I was setting up for this, I realized that this is the electric one, and it's just, I can set it there and set it there and set it there, and it stays there. Same with the pneumatic. It kind of goes where you want it. I put the Fordham there, and it does not want to stay right where I put it. So when you're checkering with one, it's just something you have to be concerned about. The next one up in price and everything would be a pneumatic system, which is what I use. Its disadvantages are in speed control. It only can be controlled with a foot pedal, so it's always a variable speed, as opposed to the electric machine. The electric machine has two ways, and this is an advantage of the electric machine. You can control it with a foot pedal if you add a foot pedal on, but even without a foot pedal on the box, you can control it with a variable speed, or you can control it as a fixed speed. So either when you turn the machine on, or if you step on the foot pedal, it goes right to one speed and stays there. Some people like that. So the disadvantage with the pneumatic is that it's always variable. You can't set it at a fixed speed. So that's the biggest problem with it as far as that goes. As far as the two, as far as smoothness, and you can see that neither one of them fought, but the pneumatic machine, if I turn this one on, you can see it runs pretty smooth. I'm just barely holding it. It's not fighting me. It goes right where I want. I mean, I can just hold it in my hand like this. It's really ginger. It does what you want it to do. The electric machine, this just has a rotary, like a rotary tool on it right now, not a checkering head. But if I step on it, it's the same deal. It just barely spins. It sits there and hums. It does what I want. So as far as that goes, they're both the same. One of the advantages, it's kind of a neat advantage, and it's initially 20 years ago when I bought a power checkering machine, the reason I went with it is this little hose right here. We give you some tubing so that you can tap into the bleed off valve, and you just kind of tape this tubing up. This blows a constant stream of air. When you're running the foot pedal, it blows air over your workpiece, and it blows the sawdust out of the way. So you're not having to give it the famous checker's puff constantly and kind of get rid of it. It kind of does it for yourself. So those are some of the advantages of it, disadvantages. As far as the electric goes, the big advantage is control as far as your speed. Another advantage is the electric is kind of a go anywhere. If you're checkering at work and then you're checkering at home, the electric might be a little bit easier because you just plug it into an outlet and you go. With the pneumatic, maybe it's another disadvantage, but you got to have an air compressor with it. It doesn't come with an air compressor. It does, so you got to have compressed air in the shop to run it. It doesn't take a lot of compressed air, and it comes with a regulator and a water trap and everything already kind of with it. So you don't have to worry about getting all that extra stuff. You just have to get an outlet to plug it into a compressed air. It works great. The pneumatic's also great for those of you in other countries where your electric system is not the same as the 110 that we use here in the US. And so you can just kind of plug it in. Compressed air is compressed air all over the world. So it's an advantage there. But the speed control and the mobility that the electric gives you is really one of the advantages there. It does not come with a foot pedal. If you want a foot pedal, we can add one, but you don't have to have one to do that. So those are kind of the three quick advantages and disadvantages of the three power systems. I can't tell you which one is best for you, but hopefully that's some information that'll help you make your decision. Thanks.